Hey, this is Brainwaves, and I'm gonna show you how to make bass music like Zingara. This whole project file, as usual, is available on my Patreon along with many others, so feel free to check the link in the description if you want to get it, and let's get started. Alright, so the BPM of this one is 145. The drums by themselves, they sound like this. And it's just a basic beat with a kick, 2 snares, and a hi-hat. Going into the synths, we have quite a few sounds, so I'm just gonna break all of that for you. First of all is this one. And I'm just gonna mute everything and show you how that was created. This is a square wave. LFO1 has this shape and is modulating the level. Then oscillator B is a sine wave and it's going directly out, so meaning that it doesn't go through either the filter or the effects. And it's just creating the sub bass for the sound. Then I have this filter going with those values in there. And then on the effects I have hyperdimension, compression, multiband, distortion in asymmetrical or asymmetric, I don't know what's the correct name of that. Then phaser, and then reverb. That's it for that sound. Then outside I have this EQ boosting on some specific parts and this reverb throw with that automation. Then I have the second wub. So I'm just gonna mute everything again. This one, once again, I have a square wave on the first oscillator. Now the LFO1 for this one is looking a little bit different. And check out that the LFO2 that has this shape and this rate is modulating these points. So, and the values for that is basically 85% on both of them. It's on like the y-axis, so going up, and it's on unipolar mode. I'm doing that just to create like a more loose wub feeling. Oscillator B, it has this acid wavetable, and it's just adding like a little bit of more texture to the sound. The LFO1 is also modulating the level of that. Wavetable position is 58. Then I have this sub that is going to the first bus. And in that first bus, there is some distortion in soft clipping mode and a equalizer, just cutting the high end. And that first bus is going directly out, so meaning that it doesn't go through the effects of the main bus in here. Then I have this filter that is going to both oscillator A and oscillator B, and the cutoff is being modulated. With the filter that I'm using is this one. Now going into the effects, I have an EQ in here with these values. Distortion in tube mode. Compression, multiband, filter, An EQ, just cutting the low end. Another compression in multiband mode. And some reverb. Yeah, that's for that one. Then outside of the patch, I have some EQs once again, just boosting on certain frequencies. And another reverb throw. Now I have this next sound, which is a Yoi bass. And actually, I created a rack to make different type of Yoi sounds. This is only for Ableton 12 though, so this project file was made on Ableton 12. I just wanted to make that clear in case that, I don't know, if you have Ableton 11 or a version that is older than 12, you are not going to be able to open the project file if you decide to get it on my Patreon. But if you do have Ableton 12, then you'll have no problems with this, and you'll also get like this unlimited Yoi rack. So just to break that down, just to show you what's going on inside of the rack, I'll mute everything and show you how I made the sound. So a lot of square waves on this project file, as you're noticing. First oscillator in here is a square wave. I have this LFO to modulate in the level. Then I have the second oscillator, which is a sine wave, and this is going to the bus 1, and it also has this modulation. So that second oscillator is just working as the sub bass for the sound, and if I go to bus 1, you will see that it has some distortion, soft clipping, and an EQ just cutting the high end. And that bus 1 is going directly out, so it doesn't go through the effects of the main channel. Then I have a filter, and this is pretty important. The resonance of this filter, it's pretty important to the sound, same with the cutoff. You will notice that in a second. And then I'll go to my effects, and I have some distortion in downsampling mode, crucial for creating that Yoi sound. Then compression in multiband, reverb, some dimension. These are the values for the distortion. Then an EQ, cutting the low end for this oscillator, because this one is not being affected by that. And then this utility making the bass mono, or everything below 90 hertz to be mono. I could do more than that probably. So now that you know that, basically what I started doing was like mapping some macros in here, like the filter, the resonance, the distortion, drive, the rate of the Yoi, the mix of the distortion, the level of the sub bass, the level of the reverb, the amount of dimension. And with that, I created this rack. And if you move knobs around, you're going to find like very interesting Yoi sounds that you can use. Just to give you an example, I'm just going to duplicate this and just go through some of the samples. So I love that one. Yeah, so if you get the project, you'll get the rack with it, and also I'll have it on my Patreon as a separate post. Pretty useful rack to create this type of sounds. And I just played with some of the macros in here to create like some variation, like the rate variation in there. Yeah, so that's for the first Yoi. Then the second one, that I have in here. It has a slightly LFO movement, so you'll see that this LFO was a little bit different from the first one that I showed. And besides that, I'm just playing with some of the macros knobs, as you can see. And that's enough to create like a different timbre for the yoi. So yeah, pretty cool to play around. Alright, then jumping into the second half of the drop, we have, and that's two sounds. That's this yoi bass, which is a variation of the rack, playing with the filter to create like different tones, and this formant bass. So if inside this patch, you'll notice that the LFO is shorter in here. That's helping with the sound that I was trying to achieve. The rest is just the same as the other yois that I showed you before. And then this formant bass, I'm going to show you what's going on, but it's basically a variation of the yoi, just change the distortion type so it's no longer a downsampling, and I put like some formant filter, and I'm playing with the cutoff with this LFO. The rest is pretty much the same as the yoi basses in terms of having a square wave in here, a sine wave, the same filtering, and pretty similar effects. The formant filter is what, and changing the distortion type is what's making most of the difference from the other sounds. Yeah. And then I just have a bunch of fills in here. I have like a trumpet from an Ableton instrument. I have some perk fills with a lot of reverb. A lot of reverb on mostly everything. Some breath sounds. And some like sweep downs and stuff like that, and reverse crashes. And some sirens with delay. Yeah, so that's for this one. I hope this was helpful. As usual, this whole project file is available on my Patreon along with many others. Once again, this one is created with Ableton 12. And for a while now, I've been doing all the tutorials on Ableton 11. I just wanted to check in with you guys to see if you still want me to keep going with Ableton 11 or if you feel like I should update to Ableton 12. The only reason that I've been doing them with Ableton 11 is because I know that some people haven't upgraded yet, but the last time I asked was some months ago, so I just wanted to get like an updated opinion with you guys and see if I should keep going with 11 or upgrade to 12, because I personally use 12 for all of my personal projects, but I'm happy to, you know, keep doing them in 11 if a lot of you guys are still on 11. So yeah, with that being said, I'm doing one-on-one coaching and mixing, mastering gigs, so if you guys are interested in that, just let me know, reach out to me via email or Instagram, or check the link in the description. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I hope I see you around.